Hey everyone, me Kevin here. Welcome back to another episode of Confronting People About Their Real Estate. We did Graham Steffen's boss, we did Andre Jick, now it's Ryan Pineda, and you've got a real estate operation.
Yeah.
Can you give me just like a 30-second overview of how many employees you have, what it is you guys do, and how many properties you're dealing with every year?
Yeah, so we have really three main real estate businesses. This is the fix and flip business, so we've got 60 flips right now here in Vegas active.
So this means like either they're on the market or you're renovating them or you're under contract them 60 at a time. How many employees do you have to deal with all that? Because you're not doing that all alone.
No.
Okay.
I haven't been to most of them, but
oh my gosh. Wait, we got 60 properties under contract. Haven't seen most of them. This is amazing.
It's
so you've
impossible.
got a system.
Yeah, we have a team. We have about 10 employees in that company.
Okay.
I have a brokerage with 150 realtors.
Wow, nice.
And then I just started a fund called Pineda Capital, and we just bought a 334 unit.
Was that the Atlanta deal?
Yes.
Congratulations, that closed then.
Yes.
Good job, man. Congratulations. Yep. So, okay, so you've got these three divisions. We're going to see today fix and flip. Here's sort of number one, number two. We'll see a little bit of where Vegas goes in terms of variety. But now I want to know, of the three that you've got, well, you just started the Capital Fund. What do you like better, flipping or mentoring and teaching the agents and running a brokerage?
Definitely not the brokerage.
Okay, yeah, I suspected that might be.
No. I'm not even a realtor anymore because dude, I like investing. That's my thing. That's the niche.
That's funny. When I got my real estate license, one of the first things I had learned is you don't make money selling real estate, you make money buying real estate.
That's true, dude.
So that's amazing. Now, what's cool though is your brokerage probably funnels you deals though.
Oh yeah, we sell everything through the brokerage, we acquire deals, we get all the publicity from the flips, so it works out.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so tell me, what are we standing in front of here? You said this is different from your flipping business. This is actually for you personally, something that you're doing. Okay, tell me about it.
So this one actually started as a flip. We found it on the MLS. An agent brought it to us. We bought it for $1 million. And initially I'm like, okay, we'll put 200 grand into it. We'll go sell it for 1.5.
Nice.
We're gonna make good money. But then, taxes are starting to come up. And I'm like, I think I need to start keeping some of these bigger ones because this is a big flip for us.
Yes.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep it as a rental.
And cost segregate it.
Yeah.
Get those write-offs.
We're going to get a ton of write-offs with this.
Perfect. And you make content out of it, so you could probably extend some of your write-offs as well.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Absolutely great. So, I don't know how much you talk about on your channel, but you personally, are you trying to do more flips? Are you trying to do more buy and hold now? Do you have buy and holds? Or what do you prefer?
So, up to before the fund, I had about 30 rentals of my own.
Okay.
And then we just bought that big building.
Nice.
And I think now going forward with, YouTube and education and all these other income streams, I can start keeping a lot of the deals. Because before, my only income stream was fix and flip.
Oh my gosh.
So it was hard to try and keep them. I'm like, hey, I gotta sell these to make money. You gotta
keep rolling them.
Yeah.
That was your income. So you're competing with Open Door, Zillow, Redfin, and all of them. How do you pull the margins? I mean, what's your usual return on a flip?
Well, right now, so historically, the last, 5-7 years, our average profit was around $20,000.
Okay.
And a normal house,
you gotta be good, because you could have one thing go wrong.
Yeah.
And that 20's gone.
Well, yeah, you'd get some that made 40, some that made 0, and then it averages to 20. But this year, with the market so hot, it's been our best year ever.
Yeah.
We're over 50,000.
Congratulations.
But it's not, I don't think it's any improvement in skill.
Sure. Yeah.
It's just, the
appreciation.
market is just, every time I go to sell, I'm like, oh my God. And I'll tell you about that the next house we see, what happened.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited to see that. Okay, got it. So, flipping, what about the clientele out here? So, do you get people who live here half the year? Are they living year round? I don't know anything about Vegas. Like, when I hear Vegas, I just think endless land and you can keep building. Like, how do you keep value here?
So, take our good buddy Graham, for example.
Yeah.
We sold him his house that he lives in now.
Okay.
And he's an example of a typical person who's making great money in Cali. They're like, why am I living here when I don't really have to?
Yes.
So he buys a house here in Vegas. Lots of Cali people are doing this. When are you moving, by the way?
I know, right?
So we can sell you a house. I got a bunch I can help you out.
You have a few realtors you could refer me to.
Yeah, or I'll sell you one of my own.
There you go.
So, I think you get a lot of people moving to Vegas for taxes, for affordability, all that stuff. But I think the locals here too, Vegas is becoming a lot bigger than just the casino.
Okay.
It used to be, hey, everyone works on the strip.
Yeah.
That's not the case anymore.
Oh, it's so just expanding to basically being this mecca where everybody's sort of coming to.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, got it. Well, I'm excited to see how this house. So this one you're going to keep, but you said Airbnb as a potential.
Yeah.
How are you going to Airbnb out here?
Dude, you'd be surprised. There are people that are like, hey, I would rather live out here. I don't want to be on the Strip. Maybe they're going to do some other stuff in Vegas, like go to Mount Charleston, or, we were talking about ATVing over here. There's a whole bunch of stuff in Henderson. Also, Lake Mead is really close. So I think you're going to get a different type.
Yeah, for reference, we're about, 25 minutes from the Strip.
Yep.
And when we got here, there were 3 ATVs that quickly drove by, but we're larger ones. What are they called? I don't know. Gabe, do you know what these things are called?
The side-by-side.
Yeah, side-by-side. Large. And they were having a great time.
Yeah.
And the weather's great right now.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's
75,
really nice right now.
chilling.
This is great. Let's go take a look inside this place.
Let's check it out.
Okay, so I'm trying to understand, if you've got this really successful flipping business, if you could go back, would you have done the brokerage again?
Thankfully for me, I'm not super involved in the brokerage, so it doesn't take up much of my time.
Profitable?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, for us, we're just a high volume brokerage.
Yeah, sure.
100% commission, just $500 transaction fee, $100 a month.
Okay.
So the brokerage is very profitable because it's just low cost.
Oh, yeah.
We already have the building for everything else.
Do they pay their own E&O and things like that? Okay, so it's really for you, it's just, hey, we can mentor you, we can give you some training, but you're getting that monthly passive income essentially.
For me as the owner, yeah. My partner, who's the managing broker, he's got a little more headache than me.
Now, how do you compete with like the EXPs who are also doing this 100%, and they get that whole MLM model too?
Yeah, well, EXP's 80-20, I think.
Oh, up to the certain point.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Right. Okay.
And then, but yeah, they have MLM, and I think EXP's great. They actually have approached us. I've talked to the CEO many times.
Nice.
And he's like, hey, dude, it's up to you if you want to do it. And I'm like, I like owning my own company.
Oh, to convert your model basically into to fold it in. Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. But hey, profitable, you don't have to worry about it. And that's what you started with, right? Was the brokerage?
Yep. Okay. Started out as an agent in 2010.
And would you say flipping is more profitable?
Oh, I was never a good profitable agent. I might have made 100,000 like in 12 years, or I wasn't even an agent for 12 years, but my whole career as an agent, I sucked.
Well, okay, very fair, but flipping and investing.
Oh, flip, yeah, that's where I made millions. Yep.
Good for you. That's awesome. Okay, so what do we got here? I mean, this obviously you guys have ripped everything out of here.
Yeah.
How long have you had this thing?
So I think we've had this for 2 months now, and initially we put it on the back burner because we had so many projects.
Yeah, that happens.
And
get so busy with other flips, you prioritize them.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, this one's gonna take a minute anyway. It's big. But we just got started on this. We're demoing it. Cool thing about this, you can see from there. There's a guest house.
Oh my gosh.
And that's why I want to keep it as a rental, because you're talking double income now.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Tim doesn't know if it's a duplex or a house with a guest house. It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
So okay, you've got the multiple levels here.
Yeah.
None of that bothers you?
It does, but you know, that's one of the things too, where it's like, as a rental, people don't care. It
doesn't matter.
No, as a flip, people are gonna be like, hey, can you do something about this funky layout? But I mean, there's really not much you can do. It's a pretty funky house.
So your thing is just, hey, restore it and then rent this thing out. So $1 million is what you bought it for.
Right.
What do you think reno-wise?
200.
200K.
Yeah.
So you guys just rip everything out when you
We're gonna rip everything out, and as you can see when we get to the backyard, the guest house, you know, we're gonna spend some money out there too.
Work to do out there. Okay, gotcha. So this front house, what, maybe 80 of that or something?
Yeah, 80 to 100, just depends what we do.
Oh my gosh, okay. Well, then again, it's $1 million house, so it's an expensive neighborhood.
Yeah,
so
we're gonna put higher end finishes than we do on our typical entry level home.
Like you wouldn't spend this kind of money on a $400,000 house. Gotcha.
Okay. No. Our average on like a $400,000 house, we're usually
40,
averaging 30 to 40.
30, 40, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
Vegas is way cheaper than Cali.
Yeah, okay. That's your median home price is, what you mentioned?
About 400,000.
You just say 420. Okay, so this you're going to then rent out. What do you think you can get? So you're going to be into this for 1.2, maybe some holding costs under 1.3.
Yep. So the goal would be refinance it at 1.5, hopefully get 80%.
Where are you refinancing for 1.5? Portfolio line of credit or something?
There's multiple portfolio lenders we have, but yeah, they'll give 75 to 80% LTV. So hopefully,
I need to hit these people.
I'll give you some info.
Thank you.
But so hopefully we won't have any money in the deal. That's the goal.
Yep.
But between the two properties, I actually did a YouTube video on my channel. It was like, hey, I could flip this, I could make, 6 figures.
Sure.
I could.
But then you're paying taxes on short-term capital gains.
Right.
You make 200 grand, you're giving 100 grand of that away.
Well, and I lose the cost seg that I could take on it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm gonna keep it. As an Airbnb, this would absolutely kill it. We're talking 20 to 30 grand in gross every month between the two.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Yep. So you've got that, but there's different regulations, so I'm not sure if they're gonna let me because you have to be 1,000 square feet away from another one.
Oh my gosh.
And there's one that's 900 square feet away from me.
Oh,
so
it's a land grab of.
No, it really is. Like if you get the permit, the house becomes more valuable.
Interesting. Now, do you have to pull permits for all this that you're doing here now?
Gray area.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You try to stay away from that, as most people do. Everybody wants to.
Well, I mean, here's the reality of flipping houses. If you tried to pull a permit on every property, you could not be in the business.
No, because it would take you a year to do a renovation.
Well, yeah, and the margin's gone, the timing is terrible, like it doesn't happen.
No, absolutely not. So, okay, what about when you, I'm trying to think of what I'm saying.
Yeah, let's check it, I'll show you the outside.
Well, let's go look at the outside, yeah. What I wanted to say, for purposes of taxes, the cost seg that we keep talking about, if you're going to be into this for 1.2, 1.3, you'll probably be able to cost seg like $400,000 of this,
right?
Which, for reference, could be like $200,000 of tax savings in your pocket. So if your flipping team is giving you $200,000 of profit, now all of a sudden you're not paying taxes on any of this. Essentially, or $400,000 of profit. You're not paying taxes on any of that. This is another. Basically 200 grand in your pocket just by holding this, and now you're gonna be profitable on your Airbnb.
Well, you think, I could have made 200 flipping it, but I pay tax, or save 200 by keeping it and make passive income, grow my net worth. It's kind of a no-brainer.
Well, the more you can control, the more you're just gonna be on that compound interest ride of extrapolating. I mean, you get, so outside of your fund, 30 rentals.
Yeah.
This is one of the 30?
Well, now we'll have over 30.
Now you'll have over 30. How many millions would you say in total? Would you 10 million real estate, 20 million real estate?
Dude, I was actually talking about this the other day. I think I know for sure in flips, we have over 20 million out.
That's your 60 flips is your.
Yeah, we have over 20 mil.
Do you feel comfortable mentioning you personally?
Me personally, almost none of it. Only probably 2 mil.
Oh, of those flips?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Of the rentals that you have, like the 30 rentals.
Dude, that's a good question. I honestly don't even know.
Ballpark 10, 20, something like that.
Nah, probably over 10, yeah.
Okay, so even if it's 10 million, right?
Yeah.
You get 1% appreciation a year, that's 100 grand.
Yeah.
That's like a salary for a coder somewhere.
Yeah.
3% appreciation, that's like a good salary for like Salesforce,
You're in Cali, so I own 8 Big Bear rentals.
Oh, wow.
And 2 more under construction. But with those, I bought them in the last 3 to 4 years. They've doubled.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So
that's why when we talk about like 2 or 3% appreciation, it's like, well, the last 10 years we've been a little bit more fortunate.
Yeah, I've been. Well, if you get the right deal,
Well, that too. So are you generally your rentals buying them as fixers and then fixing them up?
Yep.
Because you're not afraid of doing the work.
I mean, that's why we're getting a deal.
There you go. Exactly. Buy below market value. What do you say to people who say today, oh, there are no deals to be had out there?
Dude, I mean, everyone's getting deals everywhere. It's just like, if you're looking on the MLS and Zillow only, then you might be like, dude, where are all the deals? Sure. But
connecting with the agents, you
connect with the agents, the wholesalers, go direct to seller. There's a whole bunch of things you can do.
Nice. Let's go outside.
Yeah.
In case you want the knowledge that I have in real estate as well, a complete download of my brain for property management, rental renovations, construction, real estate investing, agent sales is available in the programs linked down below. Check them out, use the coupon code that expires October 29th, and check the programs out. You will not be disappointed. They come with private live streams as well. Take a look at the programs for all the details. Linked below. Your most successful direct to seller, what did you say? Cold call, door knock, postcards?
So we spend about anywhere from 30 to 60 grand a month on TV commercials.
Oh, whoa.
So here in Vegas.
I did one in 2013 TV commercial.
Here in Vegas, people recognize me on TV more than YouTube.
Wow.
But awesome. I would say ROI wise though, the best is cold calling because it's so cheap. You buy the data once, you have it, and then just rinse and repeat.
Grant Cardone. Let's go. Next one.
Make the calls, baby.
You want 10x the money? Make 10x the calls.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I see a lot of like ranch-style properties out here as well.
Yep.
Some horses and everything.
Yep.
This is massive. I mean, you're what, on almost an acre here?
Yeah, this is a
actually
huge
more.
lot.
It keeps going.
Yep. So this is what will make it valuable for somebody wanting to rent. They're getting a totally different type of house than Vegas, right? Like land is in the normal houses in Vegas, dude. Everything is stacked.
Yeah.
You come out here if you want to just kind of live like you're outside of Vegas.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
So this is the guest house. What is it, like a 2-bedroom?
Yeah. Well, no, actually, right now, it was originally used as like a work shed. So it's empty. It's just a shell.
So, I mean, is it can you rent it out? Does it have to be permitted as a guest house? Or
well, the square footage is already permitted.
Okay.
We just got to put up some walls.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Throw in the plumbing, a little bathroom and a kitchen, you're good to go.
Oh, it's already unlocked.
And it's open, and nobody's moved in yet.
So
hold for 1 sec.
Decided how they're going to go about creating this.
Yeah. So this is so do you have contractors or a bunch of handy folks, or how does this work?
We hire GCs. Once you get to the level of flipping 60 at a time, we don't have time to sub every little thing. It's like, yo, you handle everything, charge us a premium, deal with it.
And so you have, your contractors know exactly what your formula is, what you want to spend money on, what you don't want to spend money on.
Yeah.
That's good. Because most people, they get started with their first home remodel, their first contractor, and they're spending 20 grand on a bathroom.
No.
You're gonna be able to make a dime.
No, you're getting taken for a ride.
Yes, yeah,
for sure.
Okay. Wow. But so that's why you have so much volume. You could keep these contractors busy, so you have that relationship.
Yeah. Well, we know what things should cost.
Yes.
We have the cheapest pricing on materials. We give them volume. They don't have to go look for work.
Yeah.
So we're definitely getting things way cheaper than everyone.
That's so critical. Is when you get into real estate, is the more you do it, the more you understand what things should cost.
Yeah.
When somebody again bathroom 20 grand, you're like, yeah, no.
Well, and if you take, for example, if we just do an entry-level flip and we pay a contractor 40 grand, if we did it ourselves, we could probably do it for 30 to 35, but it's just too much headache.
Sure. But now you're taking all the liability. If there's a mistake, it's on you instead of the contractor. And now when you go to sell them, you could say it was all done by a licensed contractor.
Right.
So the last thing you want to do is get into that, because if you're the licensed contractor, that guarantee goes back to you.
Right.
So one of the cool things about selling real estate when you flip it is the houses are sold as is. So it's almost sometimes feels like that guarantee kind of extinguishes upon every
Well,
sale.
you know, and I'm sure you've experienced it, you know, in repair request and after you sell the house, we'll get people sometimes are like, well, you know, this is this. And I'm like, dude, did you want a brand new house? Like, this is not a brand new house.
It's not a brand new house.
Like, if you wanted a new house, you could have paid twice as much.
Go buy new construction somewhere.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then they're buying as is.
Yep.
All right. So, okay, so this is what you'll make into the guest house, essentially.
Yep.
Is there a garage or a side room over here?
Yep. So what we'll end up doing here is a standalone house. It'll be a 2-bedroom with its own little mini kitchen, its own living room. It'll have 2 bathrooms. We'll make that one a bathroom. But we'll add a bath, or there's already a little bathroom there. We can extend it. So this house by itself will rent for really good.
This is a good shell. You don't have to remove walls or anything.
No, we just have to add where we want to go.
This is great. That's awesome. Okay, and so let's see the rest of the front house, and let's get to that completed flip.
Yeah.
And so how did you source this one?
So this one was agent relationship. He found it on the MLS.
In your brokerage or out of
No, this guy was actually outside of my brokerage.
So are you afraid of paying someone else a commission? Because I hear this crap all the time. People are like, oh, well, I'm gonna get my license so I can get my own deal and save the 3% or 2% commission.
Yeah, well, let me say this. Actually, now that I remember it, the agent who found this ended up coming to my brokerage after. So he's at the brokerage now.
Now he's in the brokerage.
But no, I work with agents who don't work for me. I work for agents or work with agents who do.
Yeah.
And I don't care. I tell everybody, like, look, if you make 6%, I don't care.
Yeah.
I just bought a wholesale deal from an agent for $200,000 wholesale fee. Okay. Like, I just don't care.
He made $200,000.
He made $200,000.
Wow, but it was a great deal for you.
It's a great deal for me. Like, I don't care what anyone else makes if my numbers add up.
If your numbers make sense, do it. Who cares?
Yeah.
You don't have to try to monopolize everything.
No, dude. Look, those people, dude, to find a deal, we know it's hard.
Yeah.
You should be rewarded.
You should. Absolutely. That's well said. All right. So you got a pool. How valuable are these in Vegas? Because in California, in my area, some people see them as a liability. They're kind of like, I don't want to maintain it. But in Vegas, it feels like you almost have to have a pool.
Yeah, Vegas, people definitely value pools.
Okay.
If you're dealing in this price point, million plus, you better have a pool.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
On entry level, they maybe add 10, 20,000 in value.
Sure.
But up here, like there's people, if there was no pool, they ain't buying it.
So, and that's always interesting to note when people spend $100,000 building a pool, you're getting like 10, 20K in value on those $400,000 homes then.
Not worth it.
Yeah, not worth, you wouldn't add it on a flip ever.
No, so we have a couple other luxury flips we're doing where we're adding a pool. It's gonna
okay.
cost us like $60,000 each pool.
But these gotta be $1 million.
Yeah, they're $1 million plus because they're gonna add $200,000-300,000 in value.
So why are you getting that multiplier on these expensive properties versus the small ones?
Well, I think the deal itself, we got a good deal because the seller knew they didn't want to add the pool. They didn't want to like deal with the headache, and so that was the only downfall, along with the renovation of the house too.
So that was already discounted in for that.
Right.
Whereas probably when you're in the more median neighborhoods, you're kind of constricted by what the other comps are anyway.
Yeah, you would never put a pool in an entry-level home.
Gotcha.
It would never make sense.
Perfect. Unless you're the homeowner who's over improving everything.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, perfect. So let's continue on. Wow. I mean, do you ever get worried that like some of the stuff you buy and hold, it would become less valuable as they build more, or not really? Are you just getting population growth to offset that?
Yeah, Vegas is getting so many new people that I'm not worried about it. I mean, I've been in real estate since 2010. It's done nothing but go up. And I know, like, you talk to everyone else and they're like, oh, well.
Just wait for the next
Yeah,
drop.
you haven't been through a downturn. I'm like, well, I'm not going to bet that it's happening anytime soon. You know?
And I think that's one of the biggest downsides is you constantly have individuals who say things like, well, I'm gonna wait for the next crash. And they never invest. And so they end up waiting 15, 20 years. Then the crash comes, they've built no assets.
Nope.
So they literally have no money to buy the deals anyway.
No.
Whereas somebody like you who's got 30 rentals, if there's a market crash, you're gonna go, fine, break the piggy bank. Let's refi some of these, take money from here, and let's go buy more.
Yep.
The more assets you acquire, the more prepped you are for when there is a crash.
Yep. So this is a funny story. I did.
This is like a pig pen?
So I did a YouTube video on this house because I was like, hey, this house is interesting. You know, I think I'm gonna rent it as an Airbnb. And so I said, this is a little garden that, you know, whatever the owner had. And somebody commented and said, I lived in that house. That was my parents' house that sold you it. And that was actually a tortoise farm.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, so the tortoise were just having a great time.
Okay.
I'll tell you one thing I might add, if I was flipping it, I would consider putting a 2-car garage right here detached.
Ooh, yeah.
Because right now, the house doesn't have a garage. That's its only negative because it got converted.
People want their toys in this neighborhood,
right?
I feel like.
So this is a perfect spot to build a nice, and a garage is not expensive. There's nothing in it.
Now, would you permit that?
We'd have to permit the garage.
Yeah, okay, because you're adding all that new square footage.
Yeah.
But that's such a pain in the butt, man. How long does it take you to get permits out here? It's bad in Cali.
It's not as bad as Cali, but it sucks. So I'll give you my flip in Big Bear.
Yeah.
That was gonna be a rental, but now is a flip because we've been waiting 2 years to finalize permits.
Did you get reported?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's seriously. I got look. I got reported on one property because one idiot contractor ran a saw at 6 a.m. on a Saturday morning. Like, what an idiot. Okay, so that led the building and safety department to watch my YouTube videos.
Ah, geez.
Go to all of my other projects.
Yeah.
And so now I have 4 in building and safety and code for stupid things.
Yeah.
Like kitchen remodel. Like, really?
So stupid.
It's so horrid.
No, the permit process is so bad just everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, dude, to build this garage, how hard is it? Like, I should be able to get a permit in 2 weeks.
You should be able
and build it.
It takes me longer to get a permit for a ceiling fan. You know? All right, let's see what else you got, man. Oh, yeah.
Hey, so I got your next YouTube studio over here.
Oh, the little shed there?
Dude, it's nice.
Okay. Better have air conditioning.
Hey, we can add it in.
Yeah, that's true. So how, like, do you ever do mini splits out here or just full on ducted systems here?
Everything is pretty much HVAC, just duct everywhere.
Ducted, yeah.
Yeah.
This is like a tough shed or something?
Yeah, dude, look at it. It's nice.
Oh, that's actually not bad.
You could definitely film in here.
Yeah. Just some foam for the echo, and that's it. You're done. This is very nice.
I know.
Finished like this?
Yeah.
I was not expecting this. Usually it's just like the wood studs you come into. This is nice.
Yeah.
Easily add a little AC in there and you're done.
You're done.
Nice job. Does this thing have solar or what? Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. I didn't even know. Thanks for pointing that out.
Jeez, man. You gotta get to the level where you don't even know what your properties have that you're buying. You gotta get to Ryan's level.
Yeah, so.
Wow. So, okay. Wow. I mean, I'm surprised that you can pull the revenue you're going to where it is. But I think it makes sense the more and more you talk about people with their toy haulers or the ATVs and what you can do here. And you're also investing in Big Bear, so you kind of know about that outdoorsy activity.
Dude, people love it, especially with COVID, dude. They're like, oh man, I don't want to be near people. I want to go out in nature and have fun. And
yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Let's walk through and then get to the next property.
All right.
But this is super insightful. Now I want to ask about your third business, the fund. Why not just go around and buy up all these single families and rent them out that you guys are flipping? You got 60.
Yeah.
You could turn those into your fund right now and you'd have 60 already.
Right. Well, the rental rates in Vegas aren't great, okay?
Really? Okay.
So,
because I thought the rentals weren't good in California.
They're not as bad as Cali, okay? But let's just say the median $400,000 house, you're gonna see it after this one. I would guess that rents for maybe $2,000.
Yeah, okay.
It's not great.
Your payment's gonna be like $1,700 on it.
Yeah.
Or whatever, okay.
And so it's like, when you can go flip that and make $30,000, $40,000, it just doesn't really make sense.
Okay.
So that's why the fund isn't buying single family here, but we're gonna buy, in places like Georgia where it makes sense. But
are you concerned at all about poverty rate or population decline in certain areas in Georgia?
I mean, look, there's always pros and cons to every market.
Sure. But that's why you're getting paid more cash flow. You're getting compensated for that.
Yeah, so I mean, there's no perfect market where you get cash flow, appreciation.
You can't get it all.
No, you can't have it all.
That's true.
There's pros and cons.
So do you think you'd segment out your fund to where it's kind of like, here's the high cash flow, here's like the appreciation, or like how does it
so one thing that we learned from our very first raise was people don't really like blind funds.
No, and they want to know what building it is.
Right? And so what we've actually had to do is close the fund after this first deal to get our final investors in, because they're like, look, we love this deal, but we don't know what you're going to buy after this deal.
And they really wanted to be involved at all those levels. So just for transparency, a blind fund means you essentially are able to raise, say, $5-10 million, and then you go shopping for whatever you want.
Right.
But it sounds like in real estate, your investors don't like that. They want to know the address.
Yeah. They want to run their numbers. They're all savvy. And so we got a lot. We raised a few million blind, right? Okay. They're like, hey, Ryan, we trust you. Whatever you want to buy, we're with it. But all the guys who were above $1 million, they wanted to know, hey, dude, what am I getting into? And when we showed them that deal, they said, yeah, we love that deal, but we don't know what else you're going to buy in the fund. And so I had to make the choice of like, all right, you know what? Going forward, I'm just going to go syndication based, where, hey, we'll close the deal on this one.
Entity.
Next deal, you know exactly what you're investing in, you in it or not.
Yeah.
And I think it's easier to raise money that way.
Probably. But see, when you do it that way, it's going to be basically impossible to do single families.
Yeah, unless you somebody's selling a big portfolio.
Okay.
We've been sent portfolios in different spots where they're like, hey, here's 100 single family homes. And it's kind of like an apartment at that point.
That's true. What do you say to people who are like, oh, you start going out there buying the single families, you just Wall Street Corporation driving up the rents? What do you say to those people?
I mean, it's just what's happening. What are you going to do? Like,
it's called the market.
Yeah, you're going to complain. Like, they see that, dude, they can get low interest. Housing is going up. There's no supply. Rents are going up. Like, it's a smart bet.
So in other words, rather than complain about it, figure out how you could join and get into real estate.
Yeah, there's nothing to say to it. It's just, dude, complain about it or get with it.
And then cancel rent.
Yeah.
All right, let's get some action.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, people actually value fireplaces and...
No.
No, okay.
No, people don't care.
No, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Although it does get colder here.
Yeah.
In the winter. Oh, there's a staircase going somewhere here.
So this is the converted garage.
Oh my God. Oh, this is a crazy floor plan.
Yeah. So that was, laundry room. This is where the garage would have led to. But now, it's just another bedroom.
This is cool. Yeah, they got a whole full bath you could have in there.
Yeah, so it would have been there. But, now that we don't have a garage,
could get like just. You ever thought about just the tough shed ones?
Yeah, we could definitely try
pour the
something like
slabs,
that.
throw on a tough shed one, and they're not that.
The people out here won't care.
No.
Yeah.
And I don't know that you could really even tell the difference when you go into that thing. That's nice.
That was nice.
Yeah. That's
so
really nice.
by the time I do an update, there might be a tough shed out there.
Yeah. Okay, all right. I want to text me a picture and you do that.
Yeah.
So I've always thought about that. Like if I needed at a garage, I would.
I'll let you know how it goes.
You don't need to try to get that commission every single time, and it's one of the things I learned. I will say though, it was very weird. I let my broker's license expire for a few weeks because I thought I'm just using other agents anyway.
Right.
And when I didn't tell folks that I was a realtor or broker, they were more reserved. That was a little weird experience I had.
Yeah.
When I call now, I go, hey, I'm a broker, but I want to write an offer through you. They're very open.
Yeah.
And it's almost like once you're licensed within something to that effect. But I'm still paying the other commissions.
Yep. I always let them represent me. I'm like, yo, any deal you get, bring it to me, make double commission. You don't even need to list it.
Nice. So tell me about the car. Why the car?
So
this could be a rental property.
Dude, it could. I was a frugal guy for a long time.
Okay.
Then I bought a Tesla last year for the first time and loved it. And then, I've been switching out cars like every year. So I drove the Model X for a year.
Are you buying or leasing them, or what are you doing?
I was buying them.
Oh, wow.
But I sold it for what I paid with just the crazy car market.
There you go.
And then this is the first time I've ever bought a sports car in my life.
Wow.
I've always had SUVs.
I mean, I love this. I'm never had a car like this with the exception of the Model X. And they're so tempting. But I keep telling myself, like, Kevin, just buy some more stock or buy a rental or something like that. How is it now that you have it?
Dude, I love it.
You love it?
I've told Graham this too. I'm like, dude, at some point you just got to enjoy life. Like,
that's a good point.
Not everything can be the best ROI.
Yeah, that's true. Not every Starbucks you buy needs to be an ROI calculation.
Yeah,
huh?
you don't need to ROI everything, man. Once you make enough, you can start enjoying some things.
But when you started, in 2010, it was a grind.
Yeah,
and
dude.
you're frugal.
Yeah, I'm frugal. I mean, I didn't buy the Model X until 2020.
Yeah.
I had become a millionaire and done all these things, and I was still driving, a car I paid less than $20,000 for.
I think when a lot of people start, they think they've got to almost start with some of the fancy cars or the fancy watches or whatever, and they haven't really built wealth yet.
Right.
They're chasing a little bit of passive income here or there, but then they're also spending that on their lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're increasing their lifestyle as they're getting passive income.
Yeah.
For you, what was your priority? Just getting as many assets as you could, building your wealth?
Dude, that's all I cared about was just living frugally, reinvesting every dollar, not doing any of that. And I'll tell you, the only thing that really changed for me was, obviously I started making more money, but with content, things started to change because you can start seeing there's an ROI in doing cool things.
And good point.
Like buying this car, not only does it make content and attracts people, whatever, it'll pay for itself if you use it the right way. And you don't want to be a douche with it and be like, oh, look at me in my Lambo, whatever. But with content and a following, you can definitely make an ROI with nice things.
That makes sense. So, but there's also that risk then of maybe sending that misimpression to newer investors.
Right.
Or to folks who are trying to get up and going. And so I think always, it seems like you regularly refer back to started out frugal.
Yep, for sure.
10 years of frugality, essentially. And these are the fruits of that.
Yep.
Now, there are a lot of folks who are afraid of working hard, I feel like, in that grind.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say to folks like that? Like, maybe if you get a newer agent, how does it work if somebody's just like, I want to put in maybe 20 hours, but I just want to chill and enjoy life. You only live once crowd, right? Like, how do you respond to that?
Man, my thoughts on this have changed over the years because I used to be in the camp of grind, do whatever it takes, just eat crap until you make it, right?
Yeah, right.
But I've kind of softened my stance of hey, I do think there's a balance between working super hard, but also enjoying while you're working. I don't think you should only work, never treat yourself and do that. I think there's definitely a balance, but if you're just starting out, you definitely shouldn't be buying a Porsche. You got to find the balance for what works for you.
Oh, okay.
And if you're not growing every year with your net worth, with your career, then you're probably too unbalanced. You're probably partying and enjoying too much. Like, you should, you know, kind of work harder.
So either you should be getting that raise at your job, or getting a new career to bump your salary and your top line, right?
Yeah.
Or building your net worth somehow every year.
Every year, you should be improving in all aspects. That's my thing. But I just don't think that you should only work. I think that's a mistake.
Well, what do you say to folks who, you know, they've worked minimum wage, you know, maybe they've graduated to be a manager or whatever, but their income's under $50,000-$60,000 a year. How can they graduate? Is it a different career they need, a skill set? What do you say to those folks?
Man, I think they definitely need a side hustle. And I mean, with YouTube and all these other things, side hustles are limitless, dude. Like real estate, you know, crypto and stock trading and e-commerce, like the list goes on and on with all the different side hustles today.
Now, should it be a side hustle that has the potential of like taking over your primary, or just driving Uber?
You know, it really depends what you want to do. I mean, for a lot of people, I wouldn't drive Uber, but a lot of people like are doing the couch flipping side hustle. That was my first viral video, and I was telling people how when I wasn't doing very good at real estate or nothing, I just started flipping couches.
You literally mean selling couches?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know about that.
Okay, so long story short, before I started flipping houses, I was flipping couches, and I made $8,000 a month doing that net.
What?
Yeah, and so people didn't believe me. I was like, dude, I mean, here's how I did it, and I did a YouTube video on it. Well, the wrong way. So I did a YouTube video on it, and it's got over 700,000 views right now, which is like my highest viewed video. Not even about real estate, it's about couches. And initially people were like, oh no, you're lying, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, why would I lie about this? This is so dumb. And so people started doing it, and they're making killings out there flipping couches now. I see TikToks about it, I see YouTube, like it's crazy that like that side hustle has exploded.
Wow. Now, how do you balance TikTok, YouTube, and all these other things?
Dude, so last year I started my YouTube channel. I started TikTok and all that stuff, and initially I was just like, I was like you and YouTube. I was like, I'm just making 3 TikToks a day, just going crazy. And it worked out. I think I've got almost 900,000 followers on TikTok. And at this point, I actually don't even make TikToks anymore because my editors just repurpose all my podcasts and YouTubes.
And put that on TikTok?
Yeah.
Do those do well?
Dude, they kill it.
Seriously?
Yeah. Wow. I haven't made a TikTok in like 6 months.
Wow. So they just slice it up and cut it, because on TikTok, it doesn't matter how many cuts you have. People just want quick info, essentially.
Yeah. Like if you just look, you can just see these things are getting so many views.
Have you ever purchased a car at an auction? Oh wow, yeah. Have you ever house hacked just straight from your podcast?
Yeah.
Just quick edited. Oh, and I can see they're kind of cutting together to speed it along a little bit.
Yeah.
Throw the text on.
Yep.
Shane, take notes.
But last month
great,
on TikTok, I got 23 million views.
Wow. Now, how do you monetize
uncut up
that?
content?
Yeah, uncut up content. Are you able to monetize this?
TikTok doesn't pay like YouTube. I mean, the AdSense is like $1,000 a month.
Is it worth it?
It's not worth it as just AdSense.
Okay.
It's worth it, you know.
Brand building.
Yeah, selling my other stuff.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. Got it. Now, so why start a fund? Is this the next big thing for you? Why do you want to deal with the stress of these millionaire investors calling you and bothering you about these properties?
Well, for one, they ain't gonna bother me. They'll bother investor relations, but
IR.
Yeah. But crap, I missed her thing.
No worries. That's my fault. I'm asking you about getting bothered by investors.
Hold on, we got right here. Hold on.
Yeah, no worries. This is another area that feels a little bit kind of like out there.
Yep.
Okay.
So, no, why start a fund? I mean, it's kind of the natural progression. Like, you flip enough houses, you can only do so much with your own money, even with rentals. And with a social media following, so many people want to, invest. Yeah. And it's like, I've been teaching people how to invest themselves for a long time.
They don't do it.
Yeah, well, some do.
Some, yeah, it's true.
But there are some that are just like, dude, do it for me.
Yeah, okay.
And so now it's just kind of this next step. And I mean, you see what the biggest real estate investors are. I mean, they're all syndicating money and doing big deals. And so that's kind of the next fun
Why not
stage.
Vegas though? You said the rents, it wasn't good enough. Like you can't buy the apartment buildings here.
Right.
Okay. Are you gonna go to Florida or like? I mean, why Atlanta?
So the way that we're doing ours is we're looking for really big deals.
Okay.
So we get economies of scale at that one property.
Yeah.
And then it's just a matter of, we're not like looking any specific market. Like we're only buying in Florida. We're using my network and all the people I know to just say, hey, send us any and every deal.
Okay.
And you know, anything that looks good, we're gonna do our due diligence. We're gonna look into the market, the deal itself, the apartment. And if that lines up, we're gonna buy it. So it's not like, even with this Georgia deal, I was not looking in the Georgia market.
It just came across your desk.
Yep.
So how many employees do you have for the fund?
So the fund, we have 6 people, and they're already people in my other companies. So they're doing what they already do in my other companies for the fund. So like for acquisitions, all we do is acquire real estate anyway. So now it's just, hey, I'm also interested in buying deals outside of Vegas.
Sure.
We'll buy huge apartments. So acquisitions is just changing that. Investor relations, we've already got so many investors with the flips that, you know, doing it on a bigger scale, it's not that big of a deal.
Have you ever felt the urge to just have no employees?
No, dude.
Okay.
This was actually something that I thought about with you, is like, man, because I seen you talk about it before where you're like, dude, I do everything. Like, I love it. You know, I'm a one-man show, just crushing it. I'm like, dude, I could never do that. I have to have a team and people doing stuff because I just don't really like to work that much.
Has it helped you? Like, how many hours a week would you say you work?
Probably at this point, 30.
Oh wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're running a good profit.
Yeah.
Do you ever talk about your numbers? Can you tell us anything?
Yeah, I've done a YouTube video.
You heard it here first. I mean, yes.
I did a YouTube video about 6 months ago about what I was making on different businesses.
Can you give us the download?
On the house flipping business this year, we should do, I mean, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
But we'll probably do 3 to 4 million in gross.
Okay.
I'll probably net that myself half.
Wow, how are you gonna net half?
Because our margins are so high with everything we're doing, like.
But this year's exceptional.
Well, it's still, like, the business itself doesn't change because most of my acquisitions guys are commission based. So the model stays the same. Like, everybody is only eating if we all eat together.
Okay. So 1.5 to 2 from that.
Yeah.
Fund is a 10-year thing.
Yeah.
And then you have the brokerage.
Yeah, the brokerage. Yep.
Can you talk about that?
So the brokerage, the tax company, I don't like to talk about those too much because I have partners.
Now, how
out of respect to them.
maybe lump it with all the other things you do? Because you then have YouTube and courses and social, all of this.
Yeah. So I'll say, I don't know what like the average is. It just depends how you do it. But I recently had my first ever $1 million month.
Congratulations. Oh wow.
I'll say that.
Everything combined.
Everything combined.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. That's
Appreciate
amazing.
That. Yeah.
Okay. Very good insights. Let's keep going then.
Let's do it.
So this is a finish flip.
This video is brought to you by my programs on real estate investing, property management, and agent sales. Link down below with a coupon code expiring October 29th.
So where are we now? What is this, a 420?
This is listed at 420.
Okay.
But this is a typical house in Vegas. This is the median price, right around 400,000. So I want to show you because this is what every flip we do looks like.
See, and that's smart, having a standard for your rentals. That way you're not emotional. Oh, well, this house should have this color, that accent wall. Forget that crap. No. Same thing, every single property. That's how you scale. This is nice.
This is what every flip looks like. If anyone watches our channel, I've kind of stopped doing before and afters because it's the same thing every time. It's like, guys, you guessed it.
That's like me, and I love the blue tape for the little paint touch-up. I do the same thing. And I love this because it looks good, but it's probably like $40.
It doesn't cost anything.
It's great.
Yep.
And I think people get sold a bill of goods when they get into home ownership often, that they have to spend, $1,000 on a chandelier.
Yeah.
It's nuts, man. It makes it light. Like,
stupid.
It doesn't come out and like, give you a massage or anything.
No, it doesn't do anything crazy. But
perfect. You could just get these, I mean, these are off-the-shelf cabinets here.
Yeah.
Very nice kind of craftsman style. You do the same sort of black contrast, I imagine, every single time.
This white quartz is the same.
This is what I use. Exactly the countertop that I use.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, I mean, you ever buy them on Amazon?
Dude, whatever's in stock today.
That's it.
Right?
Exactly.
So these kind of changed because it's just like, dude, if it's not in stock, just get a similar one.
Don't order. Oh my gosh, as soon as you get to custom order, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. Yeah, same door handles, hinges, it's easy enough.
Yeah.
Put the door closers on them. People spend a fortune on appliances, but come on, man, you can do an appliance package for like $2,000.
Well, the other thing, quick tip for anyone flipping, typically you don't need to include a fridge.
Yes.
So don't waste money on that if you're flipping the house.
Good point. And then these light fixtures you got up here, these are like the boob light for...
That's what my wife calls them too.
Yes.
They're like $20, dude. They don't cost anything.
So smart. There's no sense in spending that kind of money on light fixtures. I mean, most people don't even notice. They look, floor plan, it's clean, it's moving right.
If somebody really wants, they're going to change it themselves anyway. Even if you bought a $100 one, they're the type of person who wants to change it.
I want my $200 one.
Yeah.
Good point.
This is a typical bathroom for us.
And you're actually tiling.
Yep.
Did you usually yank them out? You left the tub. Nice. That's nice. Do you ever just glaze some of the older tiles?
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just depends on its condition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, some of them you can't save.
Yeah, sure.
Now, do you ever go fiberglass from if you had to tear it out?
No.
Depends on the neighborhood or just no?
No, because for us to tile versus the fiberglass, it's maybe like $700-800 more.
Okay.
And
so you got really good tilers.
Yeah. You got the master over here.
Oh yeah. And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
You went floor to ceiling on the tile.
Yeah, typically they would do the mosaic inside of here.
Right.
Not sure why they didn't, but you know,
it works.
Whatever.
So any reason you go to the ceiling, just your standard? A lot of people stop 2 feet under.
Once again, I think sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It really just depends.
And honestly, once you've got your system down, it's a difference of a couple $100 probably.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Great.
But yeah,
Craftsman baseboard, same thing.
3-bedroom home. I mean, you know, it's like 1,300 square feet.
Easy. This is what people should be starting with when they're getting into owning real estate, because it's great. And then you can move to the 4-bedroom and get another 5% down low. And then move to the 5-bedroom.
This is the most desirable type of home because it has a 2-car garage. The home's a little newer, 3-bedroom. You know, the backyard. It's not like the other house we saw, but the size is really good for Las Vegas. Yeah. You got a nice covered patio.
Everybody's doing the aluminum patios out here. Is that just the people don't want to deal with the rotting wood anymore, which I think is great.
So we didn't add this, you know.
Like, yeah, no, I figured you didn't add it, but like having dealt with so many properties out here, everybody's got these aluminum covers.
Yeah. I don't think they're that much more, and they look better.
Well, they're much cleaner.
Yeah.
They last longer. They're not weathering. I mean, I think they're great.
Yeah.
So I think California's got to pick that up.
One thing I'll say too, for a quick tip for everybody is, like in Vegas, we never do the backyard. Like whatever it is, we're gonna leave it dirt.
Sure.
And
do you bring the rocks in then?
No, these were already here.
This was here?
Yeah.
Oh, so you would have left this dirt?
Yep.
If it didn't have, really? Oh wow.
Well, especially in today's market.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
They're gonna buy it. It doesn't matter. What are you gonna do? Like me spending $1,000 on rocks isn't gonna make any more money.
So don't do it.
Yeah, why do it?
Simple math.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I mean, it's perfect. And then the other thing too that's nice about flipping is the buyers are going to do their home inspection.
Yeah.
They're going to find a little chip and dooley stuff or whatever.
Right.
Just credit them $1,000 or $1,500 or whatever, and then you move on to the next project.
Well, and the beauty with that is we always push for a credit because then it also limits your liability.
Yes, exactly.
So
let them do it. And the reality is they're going to take their $1,500, they're going to go gamble.
they're going to pocket it.
Yeah, they're going to pocket and gamble.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal. They just wanted some extra money.
Everybody wants to feel like they got the max possible out of you. So they're always going to ask. You almost budget that in up front.
Another quick tip for the viewers is blinds.
Yes.
A lot of people would put blinds, but once again, they don't
expensive homes in Vegas. You
Yeah.
just told me there was a $25 million home that sold down there,
Yep.
and they're below you.
Yeah.
And there's the Strip.
Yep.
You're looking down on all the other suburbs, so you
Yeah.
were on this pile of rock. I want to know what possessed you to buy this pile of rock, and how do you even develop on this rock?
Yeah, so long story short, I was looking for a place to build a home, so I was looking at raw land all throughout Henderson.
So you found rock.
I found a big rock mountain. I was like, I want a strip view. It's so beautiful. And this guy had it listed, this whole development for $10 million. And I was like, well, can you carve out just a little bit? And long story short, I ended up buying it for $620,000, the 2 acres right here.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm gonna build on top of that thing, dude.
I don't even want to know how to start where you're going to put all these rocks.
Well, we can reuse those rocks as, you know, barriers and decor and other things throughout the property. So,
retaining walls.
yep.
And,
So they're actually going to be very valuable for us.
wow, that's incredible. So now you also mentioned that there's something about Tesla homes coming behind you.
Yep.
Please explain.
Okay, so if we go over here, this will give you a better view of everything. I own, you know, obviously the peak right here, all the way to that last light. So if we walk and talk, you know, that's about 2 acres.
Okay.
You see all this other undeveloped land right here. This is like tens of acres. Plus on the back side of it, there's even more land that the same guy owns.
Oh, wow.
And he's gonna develop like 80 homes in this community, and they're gonna be Tesla homes. He's partnered with Tesla. Every house includes a Model 3. It's like, it's a crazy development. He's gonna sell each home for probably $2 to $4 million.
Oh, wow.
They're gonna have strip views. They're gonna have this whole community. The only problem for him is me. Because I'm the only one not in the community, and I'm the biggest, like, most just viewable.
You're the entry point.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to use his entrance and everything that he makes for the community. And
But you're going to have an easement for this.
I'll have easement. So there's a whole bunch of things that are making it a crazy development.
Is he trying to buy you out?
Oh, he's tried many times.
So you should sell it after he's done with his community or
Yeah.
when he's in progress.
Well, I could flip that lot for a multi-million-dollar profit.
Just right now.
Right.
And so what are you going to build there? I mean, you said this is your dream home.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be building probably a 10 to 12,000 square foot home.
Okay.
A full indoor basketball court on top of that. I've shown some of the drawings on my channel.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I mean, what are you going to spend to build this thing?
That's the big question.
There's no limit is what you're saying.
You know, it's tough.
So what do I want? That's what I'm spending because you're taking the write-offs along the way.
I'm taking the write-offs, and like it's so unique that you don't want to like build it and then be like, man,
I wish I did this.
yeah.
Okay.
And
So we're going to have a pool.
of course, we're gonna build
Multiple
a pool.
pools.
Yeah, we might have 3. Who knows?
Oh my gosh. Well, hey, that's what you get to do when you grind and you work hard and you invest.
Right.
So one thing I thought that was interesting that you mentioned is you don't own any stocks.
No.
So tell me about this.
You know, I think when you get good at one thing, why try and reinvent the wheel, dude?
Okay.
Like real estate got me to where I'm at today. There continues to be even bigger opportunities in real estate. Dude, I just can't read the charts like you all day.
Oh.
Like, there's just too much for me.
It's awesome. But
Yeah.
I respect that because you know what you're good at and
Yeah.
you're just going to double down on that.
Yeah.
So good for you. That's amazing. Now, what about crypto?
So earlier this year, I feel bad saying this, but I had $1 million in crypto, and you know, it turned into like 2 million when everything was going on. All of a sudden, it went under $1 million when you know the big crash happened.
Sure, the summer.
Yeah, and I was like, dude. Once again, I had the thought. I go, why am I invested in this? Like, I can't control it.
Sure.
I'm not an expert in it.
You can't get it below market value like real estate.
Yeah, like I don't know if I'm getting a good deal or not. It could go up tomorrow, or it
Right.
could go down.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, why? Like, if I for sure know I can win in my own businesses,
Yep.
in real estate, why not just put all the money at those? And so that's what I did. I sold, and then you know, if I would have just held,
Sure.
I would have been up $1 million again. But whatever.
But hey, I respect that. You know, just
Yeah.
now. So, are you gonna go back into, or are you just like, that's it? I got nipped a little bit. Whatever. I'm sticking to the real estate.
dude, I've said this, like, I'll probably FOMO back in.
It's all right. I respect the honesty.
Yeah, so I ended up buying $100,000 of Ethereum.
Okay.
So that's like all I own right now. But
Fair.
I don't know, dude. I think I might get into NFTs though, but on the business side where I make them.
Oh,
because you can control those.
You're gonna go Gary Vee.
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
Sell events and things like that associated with
because
them.
I have so many outside things that we can add value to the NFTs. So maybe that.
Ryan, this has been incredible.
Yeah, man.
This is like a deep dive into the world of Ryan. We haven't even seen your office or other people. This is just you.
You'll have to come back to the office, man. It's a good time.
That'll be part 2.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add that I missed?
No, dude, you hit the nail on the head, man. I appreciate you coming out.
How do people follow you?
Dude, obviously follow my YouTube channel too. But easiest way is ryanpineda.com. You can see all the different businesses, all my social media, and that's the easiest way.
Thank you so much, man.
Appreciate you, dude.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Make sure to subscribe, follow Ryan Pineda, and we'll see you next time.